can
yeah.
see our menu. And you don't really.
Excellent,
Let's
really.
see what his preview is. Main menu.
Are you guys receiving us?
Yes, very well, thank you. Can you see us in Rockville?
Okay, thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, let me set this up where you're.
Thank you.
Okay. Everything
Terry,
okay?
Terry, you going home now?
In a couple minutes. Yeah, but I was just gonna hang out and see how this.
Okay, and you'll be in the center and you'll be okay. When you get finished tonight, I'm going to ask that you do one thing. You don't have to change anything else in here, but see where it says cancel call?
Yeah.
And if you somehow would go into something, you see where it says codex setup dial?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to ask you to do when you get finished is go into that one if it's not there and push cancel call.
Okay.
And you have to kind of squeeze your finger down to the bottom, right at
Okay.
the lower.
The only thing I need to do
And that'll
is to
Call setup.
press this.
To
Call
get into that
cancel.
menu, call setup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing you there. Yeah, if you want to go to like the main menu, so you can do your, camera. Remember, I told you about the graphic camera, and
He can stop them remotely
main
over there.
camera, but you just want to go to your call setup menu.
Very good. Very good.
And
Okay.
you how to zoom in. I show him how to zoom in, zoom out.
Okay. Very
You
good.
shouldn't have to do that.
Is Barry there and everybody?
Everybody's here.
You going back, Frederick?
Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Hello,
Is
everybody.
this Ernest?
That is Ernest.
Okay, talk to you later, Larry.
Thank you.
Here. Okay, let me introduce my folks here.
Okay.
On my left is Bob Myers from the Applications Engineering Group.
Hi.
Hi, Bob.
Judith Rostin.
Say that again, please.
Hi.
Judith
Judy.
Rostin, R-O-S-T-E-N.
Very good.
And on my right is Bill Mueller, the Applications Engineering Manager. We are expecting one more individual, and he'll probably be here during the course of the discussion. And his name is Brian Ingram.
Okay.
Okay?
Very good.
So if we cover the format, we can go through and start off with a little discussion of your background. And
I went to the University of London and had a PhD in electrical engineering and electronics at the University of Birmingham in 1983. And I was hired by then Conf, DCC, right here in Germantown, to come and help develop the VSAT technology, which is the Very Small Aperture Terminal, which is a class of satellite communication system. And I did start that department as a chief engineer, and actually got to install the very first VSAT ever developed for Federal Express, and went on as a consultant to design private VSAT networks for companies such as banking institutions, SCADA applications, and retail stores. And in the process, I wrote a book on VSAT technology, and was looking for a publisher. And the George Washington University saw the book and got me onto their international lecture circuit. That was in 1985. And since then, I have developed and trained over 2,000, I would probably put the number to over 2,000 engineers, technicians, and mid-level managers in the field of satellite communications here in the United States. As of 1986, I started spending about 4 weeks a year in Europe doing lectures, satellite communications lectures, in South America. 1989, I joined some standard committees looking at the development of PCS, or Personal Communication Services, here in the United States. And I do sit on a few engineering and standard committees that are defining the standards and the different technologies for wireless communications. More recently, I have been contracted by Motorola to do the technical training on wireless communications, digital cellular, and PCS for their engineers and managers. And the focus there really was the CDMA technology, or the code division multiple access technology, which is an emerging technology for some types of wireless communications. I'm also a technical consultant training-wise for US West New Vector, and I've trained over 300 of their engineers and managers on wireless communications. Done a few series at Seattle, one session in Phoenix, one in Minneapolis, one in Denver, so I'm literally just going through their regions doing the training. And another major account is Bell South. I'm going to be doing some technical training for wireless communications for Bell South. And in between all that, I have a contract with McGraw-Hill to write a book on digital, cellular, and wireless communications systems. So that is my background, and if you like, I call myself a grunt engineer.
Quite impressive. Are there any questions?
I would have one question, which is your relationship to doing this kind of work. In the systems, there's a lot of different pieces of it.
Absolutely.
What part of the engineering were you doing?
Very good.
Were you doing the system level?
Well, I do primarily system level, but my true expertise is in the transmission area. I'm not a switch person. I understand the role of switching, the intelligent network onto the system, but my expertise is transmission. Starting all the way from the customer device inputs, the customer entry devices, the multiplexers, the modems, i.e. the baseband, the IF, the RF section. But once I've stripped the bits out of the carrier, how to get them switched efficiently, I don't know. I understand the role of switching, but my expertise is the transmission area and the system level type concepts.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
For most of the training that you've done, what are the nature of the people that attend your training? What are they looking for? What level of technical depth and so forth are you usually training on?
Very good. If we pick the satellite communications area, I have actually 3 courses that are being advertised almost on a monthly basis by the George Washington University through their continuing education program. The first course is, I think the title is Satellite Communications for the Non-Technical Personnel. And that is a basic course that introduces the fundamentals of satellite systems, their applications, the different technologies involved in providing satellite services. Maybe it's the trade-offs in designing satellite networks and some comparative analysis between satellites, microwave, fiber, and land-based technologies. That's a basic basic level. Then there's another course which is a little bit more specific, and it's called Satellite Communications Design Trade-Offs at KU and KA band. And this is really for the people who work in designing and optimizing these networks on a day-to-day basis. And that course really takes us to thank you. Takes us to a great deal of detail, like link analysis, equations, and mathematics, some nuts and bolts, if you like. The first class is generally attended by marketing people from satellite communications vendors, also by engineers, program managers who do not need to understand the details of satellite communications, but need to have a system view or understanding of the technology. The second course is more for engineers and people who design equipment, people who design systems, who operate great systems, and a lot of people from the DoD supporting the military applications of with satellite networks around the world. I've done a lot of work with DoD, the State Department, and more recently with the White House Communications, or the ex-White House Communications Agency. So that's the type of satellite courses. I'm trying to evolve the PCS, or the wireless communications course, along the same lines, i.e. a very introductory level, an intermediate level, and a specific technical area as well.